Yeah, so we just finished recording the podcast. It was my first experience. Am I a good podcast guest?
You were awesome.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
It helps that we know each other and
Yes.
it's not hard to talk.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No,
It was
true,
so
eh?
much
That was really
fun. Hey there, culture eaters. So got a special treat today. I'm doing something I've never done before, and I've been somewhere where I haven't been in a long time, which is a public library. Not really good, but we are at the big Montreal, Quebec library. It's a huge building that was recently built. It's gorgeous. I'll show you a few shots of it here. And what's the thing I'm gonna do for the first time ever? I'm going to be on a podcast. It's so exciting. Yay! And it is Stories of StARTing. So this is Heather Boyd-Wire. You'll get a better shot of her there. Her daughter, Mimi B Dolls on Instagram. So we did a collaboration. I'll put the link up where Heather is teaching me how to do decorative ends on chopsticks with wire work and beads. And then I showed her how to make an amazing vegan mapo tofu, which we ate with the chopsticks. So check that video out too. So we are about to start recording the podcast, and we have Mimi B Dolls, which is Heather's daughter here, and she's gonna get a little bit of footage while we're actually recording the podcast, so you get a sneak peek behind it. And make sure to stay till the end, and I'll tell you more about her channel. You should totally check her out as well. I hope you enjoyed the experience of watching me do a podcast.
Then after that, we met at a few Creator HQ events, and you were volunteering there for a while, and I've been volunteering there. And so I sort of saw a little bit about the evolution of your channel, and you actually joined my wire art and jewelry making club.
Yes.
And pulled out your jewelry making skills. Show them what you made.
Yeah, well, jewelry making skills.
The irony is, I didn't even realize that you actually used to do wire jewelry.
Well, it wasn't even wire. I was actually studying to do like the jewelry professionally.
Oh, cool.
Like everything, like soldering and cutting and everything.
Oh, that is so interesting because
my first solo travel was actually my family is in Austria. My dad's family is in Austria.
Okay, cool.
And when I was about 10 or 11, they asked me if I wanted to go and stay with my uncle for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So they gave me the time to choose, and I said yes.
Wow.
And so the traveling part I did. I was an unaccompanied minor.
Wow, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, and I remember I was like 11, and I was changing planes in Zurich, and they were supposed to watch me, and they said you can just walk a bit around, and I went really far, and I went to have a sandwich made.
Oh, jeez.
They were looking at for me freaking out, and I'm like, what? I'm just getting a sandwich.
That's it, eh?
So that was the first big taste, and then
wow.
I did backpacking in Europe
nice.
a while ago, and then lots of solo trips. But the first YouTube trip that I did was going to China.
Oh, yes.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. You saw I just put a few little clips of the experience, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about yourself.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, and that's
My pleasure.
That's why I love these podcasts, because they're really a conversation with friends, you know, and you learn a lot about each other in the process, and hopefully we inspire the masses.
Exactly. I hope you find a lot of inspiration, and of course I am going to link to the actual podcast. Is it on video as well?
Yeah, video on YouTube.
So then I'll put the link up as well.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out, and also subscribe to both of your YouTube channels. What are the 2 YouTube channels?
So the one for the podcast is Start by StARTing, and the podcast itself is called Stories of StARTing. So that's on they call it Apple Podcasts now, Spotify, all those. And then my wire art channel is Heather Boyd-Wire.
Amazing. Like amazing. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll also have the URL down for the 2 channels and your website, because she sells some of her art as well. And yeah, it was an awesome experience. Really appreciate it. And you actually got me into a library.
Yes,
which is amazing.
Library.
So thank you very much, Heather. And
you.
as you know, I'm actually going on vacation soon, so I don't know when you'll see this trip, but I'm not going to say where. And so as usual, you always know you should always travel and eat outside of your comfort zone. And we give a kiss at the end. Mwah.